What's up guys, this is Yasser. Welcome back to my channel. You're watching Yasser's Fit Frag, and today I'm going to talk about top 20 winter perfumes. So I've picked the best 20 from my collection. So in case I do not mention any of your favorites, please do not get mad at me. You can definitely pick the ones that you personally like. These 20 that I picked from my collection are my personal choices, which I would like to suggest from my end. So I would not want to waste too much time because mentioning 20 might take too long, so I do not want to make that video too long. So I would also try to mention the names in the video description area. I'll try to give the timestamp of describing each of those 20, so in case you want to directly skip the video and move to your favorite ones just to understand what they smell like. So let's get started. Coming in at number 20 is Lattafa Raghba Wood Intense. So this, like I always say, is a very creative fragrance. This is not meant for compliments from women because this has a very different type of blend. It smells like a burning wood with some sugar sprinkled on it. That's how it smells. Guys might love it, but not really a compliment getter from girls, but very unique blend for this price. So it costs around 1,200, between 1,000 to 1,200 depending on the offers that you get. So projection and performance is mind-blowing. It easily projects like 3 to 4 hours, I would say, and it gives a good lasting of 10 hours. At number 19, so I would place two perfumes here because both are Oudh Rose combination. One is Club de Nuit Intense Women and the other one is Jenny Glow Velvet Rose and Oudh. So both are Oudh and Rose combination, but this is generally known to be a clone of Tom Ford Noir de Noir, and this is not a clone of anything. So in my opinion, this smells a bit masculine. It is not too feminine, at least in my opinion, because I feel the rose is a little dry type of rose and more of woody nuance. But this one you might feel a little feminine because the rose is a little sweet and jammy in the opening, but it settles down after 20 to 30 minutes after the oud starts kicking in. So in case you want the rose to be prominent, you can go for Jenny Glow's Velvet Rose and Oud. But if you want it to be oud dominant, like the woody is more dominant in this one, less rose, so then you can go for this one. This one performs better than this, but quality wise I would still say this is a little smoother than this. So if you're looking for performance, this is what you can go. I get about 8 to 10 hours easily. This one gives me about 7 hours on my skin. So that was at number 19. Now coming in at number 18 is Zara 9.0. Now this is generally known to be a clone of Valentino Uomo Intense. The notes breakdown does not really talk about iris note, but for me this is one of the finest iris note fragrance that you can get in the cheapies. Zara 9.0. If you like iris based fragrance, this is one of the best and best suited for winters. At number 17 is Zara Rich Warm Addictive. This is one of the gourmand fragrance. You would sense that nice boozy rum and vanilla. It says tobacco for sure, but the tobacco is very mild in this one, not like how you get it in Shura. So if you like that gourmand type of boozy rum and vanilla, definitely give it a try. This is Zara Rich Warm Addictive. Beautiful fragrance for this price of 1,200, 1,300, whatever you get it for. At number 16 is from Paris Corner, Oud Desert, from the previous Zara line. One of the smoothest leather-based fragrance that you can try for this price range. For those who do not like hardcore, strong type of leather fragrance, this is one of the finest, smoothest, easy to wear leather-based fragrance along with that little bit of geranium spiciness. Beautiful fragrance. Definitely give it a try if you like smooth leather scents. At number 15 is Lattafa Sheikh Shuyukh Luxe Edition. Not many talk about this, but this is one of the beautiful Middle Eastern type of fragrance. If you like Middle Eastern type of fragrance, if you're looking for the French style of fragrance, this is not your choice, but this definitely suits for the winters and it definitely performs good. So if you like cinnamon, a bit of rose in the opening, that's what it smells like, cinnamon and a bit of rose, and then in the late dry down you would get saffron and amber. So that's the overall blend. Of course there are many other notes, but this is what is prominent in this particular fragrance. A typical Middle Eastern style, but a very good fragrance with a very good performance. 2 to 3 hours of projection, a good 10 hours of lasting. Costs 1,100 to 1,300, somewhere around that. At number 14 is Riffs Incense Gold. I call this a vanilla bomb, guys, because in the opening you might find it a little not pleasing if you do not like incense, because the opening has nice little incense note. It can be a little loud for some people who are not into Middle Eastern styles of fragrance, but after 1 hour it is more of the vanilla and it gets very smooth. I get compliments from women as well from this one, that is Riffs Incense Gold. For this price of 1,000 to 1,200, this is a beautiful vanilla fragrance. Vanilla Bomb by Riffs. Okay, the name is Incense Gold though. I call it a Vanilla Bomb. At number 13 is Lattafa Qaeed, a beautiful cardamom blast. So in case you like that Middle Eastern style of cardamom note, a heavy thick cardamom, Qaeed is one of the best fragrance that you can find for this price range. Again, it costs like 1000 to 1300, somewhere between that, but beautiful fragrance if you like cardamom blast, guys. And in the dry down you would also sense incense. So overall it is a cardamom plus incense based fragrance. Definitely suits for the winters. Beautiful scent for the price tag. At number 12, again from the house of Paris Corner, that is Kalimath. Now they say this is a clone of Arabian Oud Kalimath. I haven't really smelled that. For me, this is one of the beautiful gourmand type of fragrance. A very nice caramel and butter cookies kind of blend. Beautifully done for this price. It costs like 1500, but performance wise, undoubtedly it projects 2 to 3 hours, gives a good lasting of 8 to 9 hours. At number 11 is from the house of Frank Olivier, which is a French brand. They make budget-based fragrance, that is Oud Vanille by Frank Olivier. It costs around 2000, but a beautiful soft agarwood and rose-based fragrance. Again, the rose is not like the feminine type of fragrance that you get. This blend of rose is very masculine. I've not seen anybody saying that it smells feminine. So if you like that agarwood and that masculine type of rose along with little bit of incense and vanilla, this is one of the finest fragrance that you can get on a budget. The performance is also great. It easily projects about 2 to 2.5 hours and gives a good lasting of 8 to 9 hours. That is Frank Olivier Oud Vanille. At number 10 is Salvatore Ferragamo F Black. If you like lavender, pepper and apple blend, this is the best that you can get for this price tag. It costs somewhere around 3000 to 3500. You might get it for less depending on the offers that you get. Lavender, pepper and apple, that's what you need to keep in mind. This is that fragrance and it suits best in the winters. Do not try it in the summers because I've tried it and I did not find it enjoying. So it best suits in the cooler weathers or in the air conditioned setup. Performance wise, not bad at all. It projects easily about 2 hours and it gives a good lasting of 7-8 hours. At number 9 is Paris Corner Autobiography Paramount, one of the smoothest, one of the closest Paco Rabanne 1 million clone that you can get on a budget. Costs like 1300 to 1500. A nice bubblegummy cinnamon type of fragrance with some fruity opening, but beautifully done. Closest and finest 1 million clone that you can get on a budget. That is Paramount by Paris Corner Autobiography line. At number 8 is Wild Oud by Acqua Parisis. Not many talk about this brand. Again, this is a French brand, I believe. Yes, it is a French brand. Acqua Parisis is not very popular in India, but in case you look at the internet, people abroad have appreciated this a lot. Now, Wild Oud smells a bit of that wild floral spiciness along with a bit of agarwood. It is not the skanky oud that you get in this. It is totally on the western take and it has some nice coconutty vibe as well. So in case you like that kind of blend, this is definitely something that you can try. I would not highly recommend this because it costs around 2000 to 2500, and in case you're looking for a heavy projecting type of dark fragrance, this is not that kind because it is very smooth, very subtle. It has a very soft projection of just 1 feet. Though the name says Wild Oud, you might think, oh, this is like super wild in terms of performance as well. It is not like that. It only stays as a skin scent for 7 to 8 hours and the projection is very soft within the 1 feet boundary, I would say. Blending is very smooth, coconutty, wild floral spiciness along with some dry agarwood, not the skanky agarwood at all. That is Wild Oud by Acqua Parisis at number 9. Coming in at number 7 is CH Men, okay, by Carolina Herrera. This is one of the finest and smoothest leather-based fragrance that you can get, but it costs like 4 to 4,500. It has a nice green grassy opening with the nice smooth leather. So in case you want to go on a budget, you do not have that budget for 4 to 4,500, then go for Armaf XLS. This is one of the beautiful masculine type of fragrance. Not many talk about this, but if you like masculine type of fragrance, quite similar to this one, then try this one. The citrus is a little amped up in this when you compare with this one, but they are almost very close, especially in the dry down after 30 minutes and especially in the air. It is hard to detect the difference, but it is very nicely done. Of course, the quality wouldn't match Carolina Herrera, so those those who use Carolina Herrera, don't tell me this smells cheap. It is obvious because this costs like 1,200 to 1,400, between that range. This is 4 to 4.5, so you cannot really expect the quality in Armaf to match designers. I don't have to repeat this, but I'm still stressing on that, just so that you understand when I say something is a clone does not mean that you match the quality to such fragrances. But if you're on a budget, this is definitely one of the finest Armaf fragrance that you can get if you like masculine type of fragrance. That is Armaf XLS at number 7. I'm placing both these at number 7. All right. So at number 6 is Ardal Zafran Midnight Oud. Now this is not meant for all. If you like incense based fragrance, this is one of the beautiful incense based fragrance that you can get on a budget. So it costs like 1,300 to 1,500, between that range. Of course, Paris Corner Killer Oud is also there. If you want a slightly refined with more projection, you can go for that as well. Both smell similar. That is more refined, has slightly better projection, but doesn't mean that this does not have a good performance. With this, in my experience, on the 3rd day after wearing it on clothes, my brother asked me, my God, which fragrance are you wearing? It smells so boozy and sexy. And I said, I did not wear any fragrance at all. It was the 3rd day after I applied this fragrance on my t-shirt, and he could still smell it, though I did not smell it. So it's no fatigue experience, guys, but doesn't mean that it does not perform. So if somebody has to ask on the 3rd day of wearing it, imagine how good this performs. So if you like a nice heavy incense note with some cardamom touch on top, this is one of the finest fragrance. Only for the winters. Do not wear it for the summers. It will not suit at all. It smells the best, and it best suits for outdoors because that incense note can give you a headache if you don't like heavy fragrances if you apply it indoors. So try wearing it outdoors. Let the air, the cool breeze do the magic for you. That is Ardal Zafran Midnight Oud. At number 5 is again from Ardal Zafran Oud 24 Hours. Now this is the best clone of Tom Ford Black Orchid that you can find on a budget, along with vanilla notes. So that's the best way I can put it across. A beautiful clone of Black Orchid with vanilla note. Performance is also great. I get about 10 hours with easily 2 to 4 hours of projection. At number 4 is Killer Oud Midnight Ecstasy. This is the outer box. Unfortunately, my niece broke the bottle. I'm so sad. I had given it to my dad because he loves this fragrance a lot, but my niece was playing around with him and she broke the bottle. I just lost the bottle, so the only outer box remains now, but I've done a separate review on this. I've also included this in my heavy projecting perfumes titled video. You can watch that as well. The opening of Killer Oud Midnight Ecstasy is a little spicy. It has got them peppery nuance along with iris and caramel, and then in the base you get a nice sandalwood and musk. So the base is what gets smoother. The opening might be a little complex to few people, but trust me, the projection is super heavy, guys, because when my dad wears it, the entire house smells of this. He obviously oversprays. He has that habit. Even if you don't overspray it, I could still smell the fragrance. When I used to test it with just 2 to 3 sprays, I could smell the perfume around that place for almost 2 to 3 hours. And the lasting is also good. 9 to 11, 12 hours is what you can expect. At number 3 is again from Paris Corner Killer Oud Nights of Arabian. Not many talk about this. This is known to be a clone of Byredo Black Saffron. I haven't smelled that. I have smelled the clone obviously from Perfume Depot, but I personally love this one. This has a nice smooth spicy rose nuance along with that juniper berries and saffron note. So don't consider the rose note in this to be like women's fragrance. It is not like that at all. It is definitely not like feminine rose fragrance. The rose here that I'm talking about is like Indian rose with some spicy nuance to it. So that does not make it feminine, at least in my opinion. So it is a beautiful blend. I really love wearing this one, especially in the winters. It has a great projection for 2 to 3 hours and a good lasting of 11 to 12 hours on my clothes. So Nights of Arabia, if you want to smell different, definitely give it a try. At number 2 is from the house of Lattafa again, that is Velvet Oud. So though the name says Oud, there is no much of Oud here. The Oud only gives you that interpretation in the first 30 minutes. For those who do not like skanky Oud, do not get scared or run away from this, because this is not that typical real Oud type of blend. The Oud is just interpreted here for the first 30 minutes, after which it is only the velvety leather nuance that you get. A beautiful blend, I would highly recommend this one because I really love this one. At least from my taste, it is one of the finest leather-based fragrance that you can get in this price range. It costs like 1200 to 1300, but a beautiful fragrance by Lattafa for this price tag. That is Velvet Oud by Lattafa. At number 1 is another vanilla blast, and that is Swiss Arabian Shaghaf Oudh. The Oudh is again not skanking in this. It's well rounded with that vanilla note. It is very smooth, but it has a heavy projection in a smooth way. So when I wear it to office, even with 3 sprays, my colleagues from 3 to 5 feet away can smell me. So I have realized that I should not even go with 3 sprays if you're going indoors in an air-conditioned setup, but outdoors you can definitely go 6-7 sprays as well. A beautiful fragrance, a very smooth vanilla with a nice touch of oud in it. Costs somewhere 3 to 3.5, but definitely give it a try if you have that budget and if you like heavy projecting vanilla and oud type of blend for the winters. Now, that was at number 1. Finally covered all the 20 fragrances. So let me know in case you have tried any of these. Comment down in the comment section. Keep sharing the video. See you next time soon. Cheers.